your friends, your family. So please let us know if something's not working out, if something's working well. Let us know because we want to be here and we want to serve you and your families and your friends in your neighborhood. So I want you all to please keep your open mind and keep your eyes open and learn and experience all that you can here while we're at the convention this week, because we're going to be able to take this action plan back to our communities and really, really make some change. So I hope y'all enjoy. Hope you enjoy the hackathon. I look forward to seeing your presentations on Saturday. Afternoon, we have some celebrity judges that's going to be in the house. Angela Yee from 105.1 Breakfast Club will be here. I hear a rumor that Usher may be coming through. See. So we got some good judges, but I don't want them to come to something that's whack. So I hope y'all get to work.
Yeah, that's right. So are we going to work, y'all? Are we going to work? Say it. Raise your hand. Are we going to work? We're going to work. All right. Do we have any other 9-year-olds in here? Oh, okay, yeah, come on, you're 14. Come in, and you're 15. 17. Oh, okay. All right. 9 years old.
Go back and stand right there. Pose.
I just want to shout out to my son Joshua Boyce and Tyree and Javoy, Shad and I just want to shout out to my group of men over there.
I'm the one who said take a picture.
Hi, bro. Let's go. My boyfriend.
I knew you was going to say that. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Now, if anybody else have an idea for a song, whether it be hip-hop, nothing too drastic where Reverend Sharp will come in and say, oh, what is that I hear? What kind of words is that? So none of those kind of songs with those words in it, you know what I mean. Derek, you understand what I'm talking about?
Oh, absolutely.
So anybody else volunteer want a song before we get started? Okay, I got one. I'll just play the one that I have in mind. See how y'all like that. Okay. Yes, I know I have the spirits high on. You probably think it's going to be some like really dated song.
Excuse me, you say you got a song.
Oh, okay. Come on up. Come on up. Did everybody get a sheet? Everybody get a sheet? Okay. If you didn't get a sheet, please raise your hand. Where is Brenda? Oh, yeah.
Yo. I got something.
How are you? Good to see you. Okay. Okay. Let me say welcome everybody to the National Action Network 25th Silver Anniversary Hackathon. This is our second hackathon, and we're delighted to have you here. Now, all of you received a piece of paper that Derek, hold up your hand. He put that together for you. And the reason why, who can tell me why we gave you that sheet of paper? Because we want to inspire you, because we know that in spite of whether or not you are involved in technology, in spite of whether or not you have an invention in your head, or that you've been, or more importantly, if you've been dreaming about doing something to make the world a better place. The 4 days that you will spend through the hackathon, tomorrow will be a very critical day. Today we only have 2 hours together because of logistic issues here at the hotel. So we only have 2 hours. But we're going to make that 2 hours fun-filled and creative. On Friday, you're going to do a lot of work. Hello, I'm not here. I'm here at the let's see here. Okay. Okay. So, this is your opportunity to spend some time and to focus on what you can do to make the world a better place. But let me just, before we go into some of the inspirational stuff that we'll talk about, because all of you are already motivated. You're in school, you're working to be a doctor, a lawyer, a scientist, an astronaut, a biochemist, or a pharmacist, or engineer, or a musician, or an artist, or whatever the case may be. So you're already motivated. What we want to do is to help you think about some of the issues that technology can be used to make the world a better place. So, so I want to tell this story. There is a young man who was sitting in a similar hackathon, not this one or the one last year. His invention that he created, he was not a technologist person. He was just someone who had always been thinking about, what can I do to make the world a better place? And he said, well, why is it that every time I look at my phone, I see all of these icons and these, all these icons? And he says, well, you know what? And it's on T-Mobile. And he started thinking. And so he decided that he was going to give it a shot. He was going to take his dream and that he was going to put himself in an environment similar to this, and he was going to get the kind of support that he needed. Because in a hackathon, we give you the support that you need to take your idea from conception to almost reality. And when I say almost reality, because to have it in your head is one thing, but we'll take it out of your head working with you, and we'll put it on paper. And we'll develop a plan, a strategy, tactical plan working with you. The strategy, tactical plan could be one that is in writing, which we want you to do, and we'll work with you on that. We have a number of people that will be joining us. Today we'll have some Google folks coming in. Tomorrow we're going to have Microsoft and Facebook, okay, and then we'll have Google again. So you're going to see some incredible companies, and they're going to display to you some incredible technology. But back to that 15-year-old. So he decided that he wanted to try to do something. So he started working every day from school. He's in his room, and he's trying to design this concept. So fast forward, to make a long story short, he presented it to one of the big multi-billion-dollar companies. And this kid receives a check from Microsoft at 15 years old, not even out of high school, every month from Microsoft. There's another kid, a little bit younger, 14 and a half. I told this to those that were here yesterday. And then in an application, the same applications that you see on your phone. And he's receiving a check every month from a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And when Google and Microsoft and some of the others, we're going to have them to share with you these real-life examples. Because you know what? You do have the ability. Oh, hold on, before I go there, how many know Bill Gates? That wasn't here yesterday. We went through this yesterday. How many know Bill Gates? Raise your hand. Whoever heard of Bill Gates? Okay. Okay, those that was here yesterday, raise your hand again. How many know Bill Gates? How old are you? 17. How old are you? How old are you? 16. How old are you? You know Bill Gates? How many know Microsoft? How many know Microsoft? How many know that Bill Gates invented and created, and he's the founder of Microsoft? He's the second, if not the first, richest man in the world. He's got like $144 billion. Now, what's really, what I can't figure out is how is it that at 16 and 15 and 18, you guys know a guy that's 70 years old? This is really getting to me. I mean, could you imagine? Here you are, 15, 16, 17 years old, and you know a guy 70 years old that's not even in your community. He's not in your schools. You never see him in person, but you know him. Isn't that amazing? So what did he invent? And now he's worth what, $144 billion. So Bill Gates started out in his parents' garage. He didn't have anything. I mean, his parents were middle class, of course, so that's helpful. But they weren't wealthy. They weren't multimillionaires, as I understand it. If they were, I don't know about that. But anyway, so he didn't have anything. He had a garage. And so they started working on a computer, keyboards, and all of these different things. IBM at the time was the dominant computer company. But to make a long story short, Bill Gates today has Microsoft. He personally, not the company, is worth $144 billion. And it amazes me that at your age, you know this man. But he was no different than you. Because he was at one time 17 and 16 and 15. But he invented something. And now the world knows him, and they use this technology all over. So there's not much difference between Bill Gates when he was 17 and you. We all eat the same food. We go to McDonald's. I don't know if they, I think, yeah, they have McDonald's back then, for those that do. And you know what? We eat the same food. We eat the same candy. So what's different? What's different is that he just invented something. And that's what this hackathon is about. So even though you may not be here because you have no great interest to change the world with technology, and you don't want to invent, I just hope that by the time you walk out of here, you're going to be thinking of it. You're going to be saying, well, you know what? I didn't think I was interested in this stuff, but you know what? I got this application. There was a young lady here yesterday. Is she here from Newark? Is she here? Okay, she's not here. She should be coming. But anyway, to make a long story short, she came up with this incredible stuff. And you over there, you came up with incredible stuff. Right? Yes.